published 16:57 Eastern Standard Time, the 22nd of February 2018, updated 19:38 Eastern Standard Time, the 22nd of February 2018. Arsenal transformed a gentle Wembley warm-up into a desperate scramble for Europa League survival, and Arsene Wenger was in no mood to sugarcoat the performance as they scraped into the last 16. "We were complacent," fumed Wenger. "We were not focused, we were open when we lost the ball and we had no ideas when had the ball. That's why we were in trouble. We prepared in a serious way, but you have external circumstances, such as the fact we won the first game 3-0, we have a big game on Sunday, and people subconsciously think they have to just turn up to win, but it doesn't work like that." Ostersunds Swedish midfielder Hosam Aiesh shoots past Arsenal's Colombian goalkeeper David Ospina to score the opener. Aiesh celebrates after opening the scoring to make the Europa League last 32 tie 3-1 on aggregate on Thursday night. Arsenal players on as they concede during the second leg match against Ostersunds on Thursday night. Aiesh celebrates with his teammates after scoring during the first half of Europa League clash, which ended 4-2 on aggregate. Arsenal were 2 down inside 23 minutes and were down the tunnel at half-time. Ostersunds of Sweden and their English manager Graham Potter may not supply the glitz and glamour they crave on European nights at the Emirates Stadium, but they secured the greatest result in the short history and gave their hosts a genuine scare. It was enough for Martin Keown to confess to his embarrassment on social media. Wenger, at least, was able to shake his team to the senses during the interval, and Sead Kolasinac scored the goal to soothe the nerves early in the second half. Arsenal could not avoid defeat, but the alternative route back to Champions League football remains open, and hope they have learned progress cannot be taken for granted. Ostersunds Swedish midfielder Hosam Aiesh shoots to score the second goal just 69 seconds after their first. Hosam celebrates his goal after making it 3-2 on aggregate in the 23rd minute, providing quite a scare for the Gunners. Hosam of Ostersunds celebrates scoring the second goal with his teammates during the first half of the match. Tougher challenges await, with strong teams from Spain, Germany and Italy, and awkward ties in Russia lurking in Friday's draw. Too many Arsenal players went into Thursday's contest as if it was a training session, or as if selection was a punishment and a clue to their omission from the Carabao Cup final against Manchester City at Wembley on Sunday. A 3-goal margin from the first leg in Sweden led Wenger to think, quite understandably, that it was safe resting first-teamers, but his selection backfired. Arsenal defender Sead Kolasinac goal makes it 2-1 on the night and 4-2 on aggregate just minutes after the restart. Arsenal players celebrate scoring in the second half, which gave them a 2-goal advantage over Ostersunds on aggregate. Ostersunds Swedish defender Tom Pettersson, LS Arsenal skipper Jack Wilshere controlled the ball on Thursday night. This team were vulnerable at the back, with back staring forwards, no protection in midfield, and young centre-halves who often defend as if they need adult supervision. With nothing to lose, the Swedes bit into tackles in midfield and sliced through the lines of blue shirts. Arsenal were in their away strip because Ostersunds could only offer to play in red or white, and both were adjudged to clash. The shirts weren't the problem, it was the attitude of those inside them. BRWA Nuri and Hosam went close, and the warnings went unheeded as Ostersunds took the lead when Hosam Aiesh broke into space behind Kolasinac and beat David Ospina. Ostersunds FK's Simon Ghoddos left, and Arsenal's Ainsley Maitland-Niles battled for the ball during the Europa League clash. Arsene Wenger named a strong starting 11 for the second leg at home despite being 3-0 up. For the first leg last week, Graham Potter's Ostersunds started the match much better on Thursday night compared to last week in Sweden. Callum Chambers got the final touch, but UEFA gave it to Aiesh. Potter punched the air, 4,500 away fans rejoiced, and a minute later and they were celebrating a second. Alex Iwobi lost the ball in midfield, and Arsenal's flimsy defensive unit was hopelessly out of shape as they were pierced on the counter-attack. Hosam turned Chambers with a simple trick and fired low past Ospina. Arsenal's Danny Welbeck in action with Ostersunds Soterios Papagiannopoulos during the Europa League last 32 clash. Jamie Hopcutt of Ostersunds goes past Mohamed Elneny of Arsenal and the Swedish side were on top in the first half. A wave of anxiety lapped the stadium and substitute defenders Nacho Monreal and Shkodran Mustafi were sent to warm up. 6 of Wenger's team had started in the FA Cup defeat at Nottingham Forest when the Championship team scored 4. Granit Xhaka, sent on at half-time, helped Arsenal move the ball at a quicker tempo and some element of control was restored when Kolasinac scored. Chances were missed at both ends, but Arsenal clung to their aggregate lead despite being unable to avoid the embarrassment of defeat on the night. "I'm incredibly proud of the performance," said Ostersunds boss Graham Potter. "We said we would try to play well, try to win and hope from the miracle. We got 2 out of 3. Arsenal's Wilshere looks dejected after Ostersunds opened the scoring at the Emirates Stadium on Thursday night. Arsenal's Granit Xhaka, who came on at half-time for Maitland-Niles, wins the ball against Ostersunds BRWA Nuri. Arsenal's Henrik Mkhitaryan battles with Ostersunds goalscorer Semak during the second leg. Match at the Emirates. Wenger substituted Wilshere in the second half, perhaps with the Carabao Cup final against Man City on Sunday in mind. Wenger's side progressed to the last 16 of the Europa League on Thursday night, but they had a scare in the first half.